Hello, sugars. It's Maddie. Jake is drunk in an alley somewhere. No, I'm kidding. We just forgot to record this to say we are dropping this episode because there is no 90 Day Fiancé today, y'all. What are we gonna do? And so we thought, what do we do? We've dropped some Patreons before. We've done other things before. We thought, well, how about we drop our Sabrina episode? So if you've listened to Bitchcraft already, this is old to you. But for a lot of you, you say all the time, I don't care what y'all watch. I just like to listen to y'all talk. So if you really mean that, sugar, well, we're going to just fucking show you right now. So this is going to be our Bitchcraft episode. But I do want to remind people that a couple of things. If you're a Patreon member, which we appreciate our patrons so much, this is a big week because we've got our normal 90 Day Fiancé before the 90 days dropping on Thursday with the watch along and the podcast. And we have a Bi-Curious episode dropping this month. And this month we are recapping Married at First Sight that airs on We. Y'all bitches came for us and asked. So I don't think Jake and I have laughed so much during at some points I couldn't talk, tears on my face. Well, I won't talk about the show, but we had a good time recording the podcast. So thank you so much for that suggestion. Maybe we'll do more. And speaking of, with that, we already are a certain level of members for that Come At Us tier. And if we've already kind of have a number in our head, and if we hit that number, we're actually going to start doing 2 Bi-Curious episodes a month. So something to look forward to. But for the rest of you right now, we're going to jump into Bitchcraft. And I hope y'all enjoy.
Bet you never seen a podcast all about Sabrina. Join us and leave me and this queen a review.
Poodle, you are shameless.
I do love reviews. We've got magic to do just for you. We've got startling stuff to say. We've got queries to be asked, spells to cast, hetero talk to be bypassed, 'cause this show is really gay.
All right.
Yo, it's season 3 of Bitchcraft.
You just blew out the mic.
Ooh, I got my voice back. Or I'm starting to.
Kind of.
It's still a little raspy. I still kind of sound like I got my throat fucked out.
Sounds a little bit like you went to hell and back, and then in your mouth. Oh, great! Oh, now we're having a coughing fit in the middle of the show.
So, like someone said on the someone put on the SISSY squad, man swallows 10.5-inch penis and has to be rushed to the hospital. And I was like, and you went, amateur.
We
got a bunch of dick pigs up in there.
I read that actually. He busted a vein or something in his throat.
My favorite was, and it wasn't an exact quote, was when he said, my parents know, I'm going to do his voice because I think he's Latino. My parents know that I'm gay, but I don't want them to know I'm a whore.
Too late.
Fair. That's a fair
assessment. That's a very fair assessment.
I would just take the part out of about the penis being 10.5 inches. But he was really happy about it.
But then you feel like a loser if they thought it was just a 6-inch dick. Think about the mothers in our...
10.5 inches.
Thinking about the mothers in our sissy squad. I mean, have you just read that thread where they talked about...
They would go, respect.
No, but have you read that thread where they just have been talking about their slut stories? Mm-mm. It's amazing. Somebody in the sissy squad said, y'all come at me with your whore stories.
Oh, God, not in that group.
Some of them girls got it. So if they had their little gay son that said, I hurt my neck sucking a 6-inch dick, that mother would be like, you're ashamed.
You're a champion.
Shame.
Ding, 6-inch dick.
Ding. Yeah. Would never.
Anyway, this is Bitchcraft.
But speaking of 10-inch
Where
dick,
are we?
Let's talk about Ross Lynch. It's been a hot minute.
It's been a year. Over a year.
It was last in July. You're just lounging on my couch. I don't mind.
Some of you may have joined when we were River Males,
Like
when we were
2 of you.
No, but that's how people found us.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
But now we're doing 90 Day Gays as well, y'all, and If you're joining us from 90 Day Gaze, welcome.
Welcome. And if
Welcome.
And if you're new to Bitchcraft and you haven't listened to 90 Day Gaze, check that out.
Because we have a lot of fun with that.
And also, more people listen to that. So if people don't listen to this show, we might not do it.
And we have a Patreon for that.
We do. We actually really like this show. I hope to continue this podcast.
Sabrina?
Yeah, we don't have the listenership that we have for other stuff.
No.
But I really still like this show. What did you think overall of this episode? I liked it.
I don't know.
You get influenced by people because you're like, people are dragging it. And I'm like, why can't we make up our own mind?
I'm not.
Why do we have to jump on the bandwagon?
I am making up my own mind.
You're the reason why people think Crash is a good movie.
Oh, I hate that movie.
You're the reason, or people say,
trust me, I'm not a bandwagon
You're
person.
the reason why we went and saw fucking August Rush, that piece of shit movie.
I won't take responsibility for that.
If you think August Rush is a good movie,
I wanted to go see it because it was about music.
I'm upset about your taste in films.
I've never seen anyone hate a movie more.
That movie made me so angry.
I hated the movie. I really didn't like the movie
what's your
with
movie?
P.S. I Love You.
Oh, I could have told you
Now,
that.
that's a piece of garbage.
Oh,
First
God.
of all, that your dream girl is Hilary Swank.
Maybe if your name is Ruth,
then
she's your dream girl.
I'm not saying she's a lesbian. I'm saying, as my mother would say, if she's not a lesbian, she's missing a good chance.
Exactly. That's the truth. That's the truth. I did get very angry, too, at that Serendipity movie because I realized...
That's also a piece of shit.
That's horrible movie.
The fact that they can use the name of the restaurant as the movie title and also be in the restaurant really bothers me.
And the plot is about like a fucking frozen hot chocolate or whatever
and
they show.
And you know what? Today that restaurant is closed.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So fuck you, Serendipity.
Bye, bitch.
I got my win in the end.
You got your win in the end. Thank you. Y'all, so this is Sabrina. This is part 3.
Bitchcraft.
Part 3, and it's chapter 21, The Hellbound Heart.
The Hellbound Heart with the aspirate T at the end.
And we're doing this show today. We're going to do a couple of... So the way we've done Sabrina, the first time we did it, we put all of them out. And I think the second time we did
2 batches,
we did like
I believe. 2
2 batches, half and half. This time, just because our schedule...
like 3 batches.
Yeah, we can't...
Or 4.
Either y'all would have to wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks for us to get it all done. But we know that y'all are like... You're like a top who's tapping that dick on that ass saying, hey... I'm coming knocking, and I'm never going to say no to that.
And that offer, that Top's offer, comes with an expiration date.
So we're going to give you an episode. This episode's going to go out. You're listening to it on the weekend, and then just stay tuned.
Or Monday.
No, I could get it out this weekend.
No, I'm just saying they might not listen to it.
That's true. So, but we'll have some other episodes up by probably 4 or 5 days from now. So just bear with us. We're doing as much as we can.
Because we're making money over at 90 Day Gaze, y'all.
Well, we're trying to, but also we're trying to get out of our...
It's true. No, but I'm saying that's the only thing we're making money on.
Not yet.
We're trying
Not
to.
yet, but we're getting closer. So we appreciate our patrons so much. So,
anywho, let's talk about this episode.
Let's talk about the Hellbound Heart.
So I realized I didn't remember anything from last season.
Y'all, we were 10 minutes in and Poodle said, "What's happening?" And then we have to pause it to watch a fucking...
I read a recap.
Well, do you want to give everybody an update? Or does that matter?
Do I remember the recap?
Surely people are updated by now.
I don't know. So Sabrina she bound Satan in the body of Nick.
Satan, in the body of Nick. And they're
he's
in hell.
Mm-hmm. And Lilith, man of Satan, / Lilith, man of Satan, they're now in hell. And Sabrina and the others are back on Earth. And the Church of Night was turned into the Church of Judas
by Father Blackwood,
and Zella was like, bitch, no. And
they ran
him out of town.
Blackwood, and now
they're the leaders of the church.
She's going to start a church,
kind of like
now.
Church of Lilith now.
Yes, but
they haven't told anybody, so they're just like exchanging one god from another, just like doing the old switcheroo.
And then Prudence and
Ambrose,
he talks like this always from now on.
Oh, it's true. They are looking for Father Blackwood.
Do y'all remember when he started the show? He's like, "Hello, cousin. My name is Ambrose."
And now it's always like this.
It is a little...
It always sounds like Sean Penn At the worst of it, Sean Penn doing a terrible Cockney accent.
A little bit. A little bit.
It's bad.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Anyway, y'all, we opened this show with a dream sequence. I kind of figured it was a dream sequence. I knew she wouldn't be in hell that quickly. There was a dream sequence, and we both. The thing I like about the show that there is some camp because we both laughed out loud when she said "like heaven I will" instead of "like hell I will."
Right.
We liked that. I thought that was a.
Is that your first chill bump?
No, I was just kind of talking it. What's your
We don't
first?
do that on this show.
It's true. We got to get back into the new attitude.
That's why I was going to stop you.
What's your new?
You hear me say that nicely, which didn't mean "What the fuck are you doing, you dumbass?" I said,
wasn't.
What's your first chill bump?
It's so funny. You were just strident voice, and it wasn't really nice, but sure, it was nice for you because you're a whore. But actually, does lead me to my first chill bump is just that actor who plays Satan when he hugged her and then said, "Daddy loves you." I almost came my pants. This season's gonna be.
You kind of would go.
Yeah. That wasn't a chill bump. That was an erection.
Oh!
That was a literal bump in my pants, y'all. This season's gonna. I know some of us. You've already told us this already, but this season's been so gay already.
It really has been.
So I don't know what I like.
People say there's a lot more singing and gayness.
I fully expect there's going to be like two guys sword fighting with their dicks by like episode 5. It's Netflix. They can do anything.
And then they just piss all over each other because no one cares at this point.
Oh, my God. Gross.
I'm not into it. I'm just saying people would do it.
What's your first chill bump, Poodle?
My first chill bump is there was a weird ice cream truck, and it wasn't even explained the whole episode.
You know what? I never thought about that. That really wasn't.
I pointed out, I'm like, that's going to be something. Oh, wait, nothing is talked about.
So maybe that's like a reference. I mean, it is for later on down the road.
But why can't you put it in another episode if nothing's... It's like screenwriting 101.
It makes me nervous.
In the first act, you have something that's going to show up and pay off later.
It makes me nervous because we know the show that is the queen of that. King of that.
Riverdale.
And y'all, there is still shit that happened in season 3 that we're still waiting to figure out why the fuck they put it in there.
Yeah, there's stuff that they just throw in that you're like, this is going to pay off right. And it never does.
Never does. I think Archie
know.
has a hot uncle now, I hear.
That's what people say.
Remember how we said we weren't going to do the podcast, but we were going to watch Riverdale?
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
I haven't watched an episode.
But I've been in China. Yo, I was in China.
We might. Oh, Jesus. We might.
And I don't have the coronavirus.
He doesn't have corona.
Because I haven't been to Wuhan.
You have it.
Y'all, that's the last thing that's happening now. Wuhan.
It's true. It's
They're
true.
not real happy.
They're not happy at all.
Wuhan.
Oh,
that's what I'm going to say it from now on.
I think it's actually the musical episode of Riverdale next week.
Oh, we get to watch it then.
Maybe.
Anyway, I also just put as a sidebar, I forgot the trans kid's name.
We could not remember.
You did too.
We felt
said,
so
is it
bad.
Pablo?
Because we feel like everybody forgets about Theo, and we did too.
We did too.
Anyway. Okay, my next chill bump, I like where this is going as far as I love that all the girls are living in Sabrina's house. I think like the first season was so much about women.
There's some boys. There's like at least 4 boys.
But gay ones.
That's true. Most of them look.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
It's very like.
Yeah.
It's very beta energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Last season was a lot about women dealing with male, or last part 2 was a lot about women dealing with male patriarchal bullshit. And I feel like season 3, I feel like this is going to be more like taking back the night shit.
Yeah, I think they tried to do that at the very end of last season.
But to set up this season, I think just with this girls' school, I like that. It's like
it's not a girls' school.
It's like it's basically a girl. I'm calling it a girls' school. It's like if Hogwarts and Little Fair got together and they're just gonna
Speaking of Lilith,
scissoring.
Speaking of Lilith, now there's the Church of Lilith, and they pray to her. So that's interesting.
That's interesting. But now Miranda Otto, who's the actress who plays Madam Satan.
No, that's Zelda. Miranda
that's Zelda.
Otto plays Zelda.
It's what's her name? Madeline Harburger. Jeannie.
I can't remember her name either.
Gershon. Carl. Her name's Carl.
No.
I don't remember her name.
We talked about her so much.
So
she's Scottish.
Miranda Priestley.
No, you're an idiot.
Michelle
Please look it up.
Gomez.
Thank
There it
you.
is.
Thank you.
So
That was some Annie Sullivan, Helen Keller shit.
Water, Helen.
We just water.
So Michelle Gomez,
Yes.
last year she played Lilith or Madam Satan, but that's what the next chill bump I want to talk about is that basically she's playing two roles this season.
She's
back
like
playing this
Eileen
teacher.
Davidson from Days of Our Lives.
She is.
She can play Susan. She can play Kristen. She can also play one of the other sisters who was on at the time. But if you can talk like this and say 7 of the mirrors, mean man, and then you can be Kristen in the same level. And Eileen Davidson is on another soap opera right now, so someone else has taken over for
that character?
for that character. And I will say she's doing her best, but no one will ever be Eileen Davidson. The woman's doing her best.
Eileen Davidson's pretty awesome.
Oh yeah.
So, but we're loving it. Like I love that. I think that's a great
she's
thing
funny,
to see her.
and it's funny to watch that actress play with expectations.
And I think that we're going to get a lot more of like, I feel like now that Madam Satan is becoming more powerful, we're going to lose a lot of the comedic stuff from her, and we're going to get more comedic stuff from Lilith.
From Miss Wardwell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, y'all, he's putting in a cough drop.
Dick
Y'all,
sucking time.
we're going to read a review at the end of the show that's going to address this because I'm trying to get him. Alexa, turn on window light.
Oh, she did it.
I know.
It just took her a
It was
while.
getting dark in here. Alexa listens much better than Siri. Siri won't. I'd be like, hey, Siri, turn on a window light.
What? Light up window?
Yeah. Yeah. Siri
Light
won't
me a doobie?
Yeah. So it won't. They won't remember it all. So
I have my next one ready.
go ahead. What is your next chill bump?
So they find Dorian Gray, and he's like, don't look at me, I'm hideous.
Is it a different actor?
I don't know.
feel like it
But
is.
I wrote down, could they not have found someone hotter? I'm not turned on by Dorian Gray, and that's a problem.
I mean,
Dorian Gray should make me want to service him.
I think
immediately.
it's a different. Y'all come at us and let us know. Is Dorian Gray a different
not
actor
gonna look
from
it
last
up.
season? Let us know in the Sissy Squad or on the Twitter and all that. But I think it's a different actor.
Also, he's not mincing and prancing enough.
He was
I
still
feel
pretty gay.
I feel very attacked.
He wasn't the best actor.
Yeah.
He was still pretty gay. Actually,
Maybe I feel like it is the same one. He's just not hot.
that is one of my chill bumps is so Dorian wants a flower for his
Le
pimple.
fleur de mal.
That's a fucking
Flower of evil.
That's a shitty plot. He better have something. If that literally is just for a fucking pimple and that's all that we get from this, that's stupid.
So
he
it's
better be in
also-
cahoots.
It's also the gayest want ever.
The gayest one ever.
I need a flower for my pimple. Because y'all, his portrait is still fine.
Yes.
So he needed. So we went to hell so the gay guy could get some Noxzema.
Not seen him. Y'all, he needs some Retin-A. He's
I didn't
pissed.
think about that.
Propecia.
That's really, really unfortunate.
It's really stupid, and it better be fucking something. Like I know the Swimming in Sweetwater girls. Y'all know we talk about them because they recap Riverdale, but they also watch Sabrina, and we Instagram message about it. Follow them, Swimming at Sweetwater. It's a great podcast. But
Follow them so we won't have to on Riverdale.
they're going to call this shit out about the pimple. Yeah. They're going to be pissed. They're going to be really pissed.
So, my next one, or no, yours is your next one, or maybe that was
Let's
it.
see. I talked about Miranda Gomez being a teacher. I like that she's having I like what's going to happen with this character. Not really. So I feel like we're talking a lot about characters in this episode because really not a lot happened.
No.
Really in this episode. She saved Nick. She became the
they
queen.
went to hell. They went
But
all down to hell.
This was kind of like us reestablishing where the characters are.
Yeah.
Which I didn't mind it. I enjoyed it. But I do like this idea of that now that the teacher, Michelle Gomez, the teacher's Miss Lambert? Wardwell.
Jesus.
I can't remember anything. Is that
You
Miss?
need some fleur de mal.
I do. Miss Wardwell is going to be. It's having these nightmares. So I'm just excited to see
there's going to be some overreaction.
And the fact that
overflow.
Satan is still keeping the form of Miss Wardwell means there's like
Madam Satan.
Well, yes, Madam Satan is keeping the form of Lilith's keeping the form of Miss Wardwell. I think there's more to that. I think there's more like connection, something like that.
I just think they wanted a familiar actress.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
They wanted to watch that actress do
That's
lots
true.
of things.
That's fair.
So
Flower for his fucking pimple.
My next one is The Gang, y'all. Actually, this is my Liza Feather Stiff as a Board with Ross Lynch singing My Sharona. I put my pad down, leaned forward, and my jaw fell on the floor like comic, and my tongue rolled out. He sounded so good, and his hair's kind of like geeky messy. I'm into it.
Here's the deal with Ross Lynch.
I would drink his bathwater.
He's an okay actor. I mean, he's a fine actor.
Yeah.
But you can tell like where he like thrives.
He wants to
artistically.
sing.
He's a singer and like a rock. So when he's in that state,
He's so hot.
he's like fucking 100 times sexier.
Oh, he's so hot.
I mean, he just looks.
When he's
Y'all-
Harvey, he's a dumbass.
If y'all want to know though, what is the definition of BDF? It's him.
Ross Lynch, y'all.
It's him. Which y'all we have to say.
Also, Lucifer.
It's
Lucifer's
true.
got BDF.
Y'all.
Gavin.
No, he's a bottom.
Nick.
He's got a smooth ass that you don't even have to put lube on.
His dick is okay.
Yeah, but his butt,
It's a good husband
he
dick.
just sticks it up in the air, and it just like a dick goes, wom, 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 and just slides right in. You don't even like the Three Stooges. You don't. We can't.
I don't know how that went into gay sex, but the Three Stooges.
I'm just saying, y'all. You don't even have
y'all,
to.
Harpo was a big power bottom.
Big, yeah. You don't even have to put lube on it. I'm just saying.
Anyway,
I'm just saying.
and when did Theo learn how to play drums?
Yeah, I think we've seen that before.
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember.
Now, y'all. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because it's obvious Jazz plays piano. That's just
Yes.
obvious.
Which y'all, real tea, Ross Lynch and the actor Jazz are dating in real life.
I'm not recognizing that relationship.
They are a poodle. They were pictured on a red carpet. They premiered as a couple.
Nope. I don't recognize it. I choose that it's a publicity stunt.
For why?
Because they're both trying to hide their secret lives.
And does Ross Lynch's secret life involve you?
It doesn't yet, but it will.
This sounds about as good a name as Operation Handbasket. By the way, y'all, I love that. If you didn't get it, it's called Hell in a Handbasket. And that made me think of my old roommate, Karen Cole, with an exclamation point. She had
Karen Cole.
Karen Cole! She spelled her name with an exclamation point. I think she still does. She had an idea one time, and we laughed and laughed about it. She said, why doesn't somebody go online and just send handbaskets? And then when someone pisses you off, you can send them a handbasket and tell them to go to hell in a handbasket.
Go to hell in a handbasket.
And then they give them a little cheese board.
I think there's a drag queen named Helena Handbasket.
Oh, that's a good name.
Yeah, it is. Well, it's a good one.
That is a good one.
What's your next chill bump?
So I want to talk a little bit about how, again, but my next chill bump is a little bit about when Zelda says that line, she feels unsettled praying to Satan because Satan tried to imprison them. And I thought this show really, so this is what I love about this show and why I still into it is that it's light and it feels Buffy-esque, and then there's like these campy, funny, kind of like high school moments. But this is so much of what, especially the women have been affected.
It's very existential.
And what women have affected being in the church is women are praying to, especially, I'm talking a lot about Catholic Church and stuff like that. But no, not even Catholic Church.
Worshiping all men.
Where a lot of even
all
the preachers,
ministers are men.
The ministers are men. You're worshiping this men, and then they're doing either horrible things to women. Not all of them, so I'm not saying all of them, but there's this idea of, especially though in like the Catholic Church,
like
where
men and
women
women
can't be
equal.
priests. Women, if you're a priest and you're married, you're unsoiled, and all this kind of this And so I like that we're seeing. I just like that metaphor. That's like what keeps me feeling for the show.
No, I like it too, and I think there's even in a lot of Protestant denominations, the more evangelical ones, some of the wedding vows include a woman must submit to her husband.
Jeez.
And some women still say that. Well, some women are so entrenched that, or they choose to say that, and they believe that the man is the spiritual father of the family, and the Bible does say that. But the Bible says a lot of things, y'all. A lot. Speaking of, I was reading a review. I think it was River Mails or another show, and someone referred to me.
Yes, this was a Sissy Squad, 90 Day Games.
Yes.
They said one is a religious. They said I like. They said I like one. One is sweet or something.
You said one is a genuinely nice person.
One
and
seems
the
like a
other's
genuinely
a religious zealot.
And we know that no one says Jake is a genuinely nice person.
No, I knew. That's why I was like, someone thought I was a religious zealot.
And I was like, why?
I'm like, are you listening to the right podcast?
I'm like, Jake's not religious at all.
I don't know why they said
Maybe
that.
because you talk about going to church and singing in church.
I do, yeah.
But y'all, that's a church gig. I mean, he does enjoy that church a lot.
Fuck them.
Yeah, you can't.
Anyway, my next one is...
I forgot about that.
Is they meet someone on the beach, and all of a sudden... He's what we call in the gay porn world like a Bellamy model.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you're familiar with movies such as Prague Nights or Summer Loving or
Loving spelled
Adventures
L-U-A-V-I-N.
Adventures in Assholes.
I
think that was a working title.
Yeah. Or Uncut and Undressed.
Brothers in Arms.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, first of all, this is for those of you who don't know, Czech boys are hung as fuck. They're all
hung
uncut.
as fuck. They're all uncut. Y'all, Bellamy.
They all look like Bellamy boys.
Bellamy is a gay porn, so don't Google it at work.
Don't Google it at work.
But the guys are pretty. They're like, I mean, if you're into
This
that, they're
was a
pretty
Bellamy
like
boy.
white-looking guys.
This was a Bellamy boy.
This
right
actor,
out of Prague, hot Prague Nights.
Now, this is what Dorian Gray should look like, actually.
Yes.
I agree
you
with
are.
it.
So anyway, this actor has just come out of Australia or something, and he's doing his best.
He's gorgeous.
I'm just glad that he's fucking gorgeous. I'm just glad they made him hot.
He's really hot. I'm gonna look. Talk about him.
His name is Prince Caliban, y'all, which we know from all you Shakespeare people. Caliban was the kind of the half person made by Prospero from The Tempest.
They really.
They love illusions like that.
They use a lot of that.
Caliban was considered, the hated son. I'm not sure if he was made from mud or not, but he was made.
Like Wonder Woman?
Was Wonder Woman made from mud?
She was originally sculpted from clay.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a trivia I didn't know I needed, and I still don't need it.
Oh, my God. You are right. His name is Sam Corlett, and he is from Australia.
I knew it.
I mean,
it's supposed to be a British accent, but it's all Australian boys look kind of like that.
He kind of looks like that Chris Hemsworthy, though, Australian.
Yo, I'd beg for it.
With their small noses.
Yeah. But he kind of looks like a Bellamy boy when he walks out of that.
Oh, it says, here's a picture of him with his boyfriend in real life.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Liar.
I'm kidding. Y'all, Poodle's eyes got so big.
But like he's just off of Mountain Retreat, y'all.
It's true. Sam Corlett, if you're listening to this show, we would love to interview you. Now it's going to have to be without clothes on.
Yeah.
And Skype.
And I'm gonna need. And when I just touch your balls, that's just how we greet each other.
That's how we test the mic. That's what Poodle means when he wants you to speak louder.
You obviously haven't done a lot of American interviews.
Exactly.
Obviously, you're a real newbie.
If he's squeezing your balls, you need to speak louder. If he's jerking your dick, that means just be quiet.
And it's all about and that's how the industry here is, and you're gonna get nowhere if you don't understand.
Nowhere.
That.
Sorry, this is how we work.
Thank you.
This is how we work.
Thank you. I'm only just trying to make you better.
He's so hot, and this is a level of hot. He's so hot, he could be a cologne model.
It's true.
Because to be a cologne model is extra.
I agree. And when he's so hot, I know it. Then when he starts talking, it goes to. I don't even hear words.
He looks like he should be on like Return to Blue Lagoon.
Yes. What is happening outside?
What is happening? I can't hear it.
It sounds like dogs screaming.
Oh, great.
Is someone dog fighting in
Y'all,
your neighborhood again?
We can't.
Cockfighting?
It's true. We can't record at Poodles tonight because there's all these people. Somebody painted this.
Painted a Kobe Bryant mural right outside.
It's very pretty.
We're having a problem in Los Angeles. We're all really sad over Kobe Bryant, but these motherfuckers have painted a mural right outside my house.
Poodle hates people.
And people are gathering and playing loud music.
And playing loud rap music, and Poodle is about to lose his fucking mind.
I'm going to call the cops on them, and I'll be the most hated person in Los Angeles. It's something Larry David would do.
I was just going to say, this is so Larry David.
I'm like, I know, Kobe was fine and everything, but just don't do it outside my house.
People are loud.
Not outside my house.
People are loud.
People are very loud. But yeah, I wanted to say something about the Melanie Caliban.
He's hot, and we're going to get more of him later. Something
Thank God.
I mean, this is my, because I don't think we can talk about it without not talking about the show. But this was my I Bind You, Nancy moment. So for those of that listen, by the way, we should remember, we have a couple of segments or shout-outs to the show. We have Light as a Feather, I Was Stiff as a Board.
Light as a Feather, which already mine.
Which means
light as
when
a feather,
we
I
had a
was
big
stiff as
boner.
board. Yeah.
And then we have I Bind You, Nancy. Poodle,
from the craft, I bind you, Nancy, for doing harm to yourself and harm to others.
I Bind You.
It's our favorite moment.
It's our
that's my favorite moment of the craft.
Yes. And then, yeah, that's it, though.
And it's got the word Nancy in it, so we enjoy it.
We enjoy it. My I Bind You, Nancy's honestly, I almost hurt you when we saw Penelope blossom on this fucking show.
I love her.
Y'all.
That's the first Riverdale crossover.
So, y'all, if you don't watch Riverdale, the redheaded girl, that's the woman that's in the room with, when we get the scene with Father Blackwood.
The Pizza Boy was the first one, but he had been on it for just a little bit.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Good memory. Good memory, Poodle.
That's what vodka does, y'all.
Preserves
Sometimes gives you flashes
everything.
of memory.
So, but anyway, so she plays Cheryl Blossom's the redheaded mom on Riverdale. So we think it's her, and we're like, holy crap. But then we find out that it's like a glamour that actually is...
It's Prudence.
It's Prudence. And her and Chance Perdomo think they found Father Blackwood. But
Father Blackwell, we finally found you.
But he blackmailed them too.
Yep. And then it's just he's just glamored. He's glamored himself, and then they kill just like one of his male guys.
Exactly. There's not really a lot that happens with him. To be honest, I don't love this storyline. Like, Prudence needs to get fucking back to town because her being with Chance Perdomo, and she's like all lovey-lovey, and it kind of takes away. I'm interested with this voodoo thing, maybe, and I like that we're seeing a different part of magic. Like, voodoo is very interesting to me, but I don't know how that's going to work because voodoo is based in Catholicism.
Yep.
So Christianity.
I don't want her to be saddled as a love interest for Ambrose
because she's much better as like. It's kind of what they did to Cheryl.
Yeah.
They made Cheryl with Tanya Tucker, and they were just in love so much.
Because honestly, Ambrose is going to want to fuck anything.
Yeah, because he's like a pansexual.
Yeah, and so Ambrose is going to get with Salem the cat next.
It's true.
And
y'all, when Salem goes into beast mode, he'll like, give me that dick.
Beast mode.
Meow. Fuck me. Fuck me. Meow.
I think that's the first feline chandelier scream.
First chandelier scream as a feline. Anyway, I'm interested in the voodoo, but it better bring them back. Y'all.
I want to talk about Hilda glamming herself, trying to be Father Blackwell.
Oh, that was good.
That actor trying to sound like Hilda.
He did a good job.
In that kind of northern accent that she has. That's really funny.
But also her inflection, with the way she and he did her body, her facial expressions. That, ironic that actor was in quite a bit of this episode, but he never played his original character.
Yes, that's true.
So how fun for these actors that now they're being able to play.
It's very Orphan Black. Yeah.
Oh, that show was so good. Y'all shout out if you're from AfterBuzz, because we have some AfterBuzz listeners that have followed me from the Orphan Black show.
Shut up if you're Tatiana Maslany.
I got very excited. The last season of the AfterBuzz, she did like a promo, and she's like Join host Steph Sabra and Matt Marr. And I went, Tatiana Maslany said my name.
But you've never met her, though.
No.
Anyway.
Thanks for bringing that up.
I also want to say this is also one of my favorite things about hell.
These are a few of my favorite
Y'all,
things.
you're never going to get lost in hell because every monument is labeled.
Well,
There's the seas, there's the sorrowful shores, there's the forest of something, of moaning.
yes.
There's the pandemonium Paris.
Which we can get. Let's just talk about this now because
There's the straits of sadness.
Straits of Sadness.
Everything.
There's Pabst Blue Ribbon Lagoon. It's just sad. But we at first thought it was going to be more subtle, but they really jumped into this. Y'all, this is Wizard of Oz. This is basically what
obviously.
they're doing.
We haven't seen the Cowardly Lion though. So they did a scarecrow and
They did do a scarecrow. He was hung as
They
a
did a
scarecrow.
10-man. Where was the Cowardly Lion? Wow.
Well, I think
They literally left out the rule of 3.
I think the Cowardly Lion was supposed to be the
Nick?
principal. No, it was the principal.
No, it wasn't. He
no.
had a green face.
I know, but I think that didn't make sense where they had the hanging person for Theo, the Tin Man for Ross Lynch.
Yeah.
And then the classroom with her grandmother, her
but
auntie
that
showing
should have
up.
been the Cowardly Lion.
It should have been the Cowardly Lion, and it wasn't.
It really pissed me off. They couldn't figure out their rule of 3.
I wasn't
Y'all-
pissed off until you said it. That was shoddy.
I'm telling you, this episode was shitty to me.
I liked it, but that was a shitty cop out. They should have found
bad,
a way.
It was bad writing. Yeah. And it was Roberto Sakasu who wrote it.
He's not always the best to write it.
Yeah.
He can produce it, but he's not on.
Shitty writing.
Actually,
I know, you say this. I thought the whole episode was shitty writing, but that's just me.
man, the writing. I like some of the campy jokes.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right. It was okay.
We don't really need to talk. I don't think we're going to talk about hell a lot. I mean, that was all like, it was cool to see. And we did say several times the art direction of this episode was really good.
I would rather not see a lot about hell because the more you describe hell, the more I'm disappointed by it.
It's true.
I actually think hell should be a place, the dark place. That should be hell. That way we wouldn't be able to see it, which scares us more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Thanks for bringing it down. Wow.
I didn't like this episode the way you did.
Well, I don't think we need to talk much more about. I mean, they go to hell. Y'all, we're not this way. This show is, y'all. We kind of don't recap all the plot points of the show. We kind of
Nope.
we talk about what we want to talk about. And something that I want to talk about is, I'm going to say that actually for my light as a feather, stiff as a board.
All right.
Well, you already said yours, so I can say mine now.
You
Can
can
I?
say it.
So my light as a feather, stiff as a board. Was the wrestling scene?
Ooh, well, I wanted to say this too, but I wanted something different. I stood up
Well,
and there
once
was...
Ross Lynch started singing.
Y'all, there was just quiet in my house when this wrestling scene for about 20 seconds before we spoke a word.
It was...
Somehow they both got shirtless.
Didn't need to be shirtless at all. And if you're not following...
Yes, they did.
If you're not following Gavin Leatherwood...
She's a thirsty bitch.
She is a thirsty hoe on Instagram. But if you're not following Gavin Leatherwood or Luke Cook on Instagram, who
they
plays
love
Satan.
to do joint videos.
They love to do joint videos.
Or duos, as we call them in the porn world.
And remember, though, too, at the end of last season when Luke Cook on
remember
his
when
Instagram,
I went into you?
he's like, remember when I was inside you?
When I was inside you?
I was inside, and
Yes.
Gavin Leather was like, yeah, you're inside me.
It's like, yeah, when I was inside you, I took you from behind.
It's like the way they gave it. By the way,
I've seen the video a lot because I jerked off to it.
have you seen the music video that I told you to watch? Have you?
I haven't seen it yet. I've been back in China for like 4 days, y'all.
We're going to watch that before you leave, y'all, because they did a music video this season, but then they did a behind the scenes of the music video. And at one point, Gavin Leatherwood looks at Ross Lynch and says, you have something in your teeth. And then he reaches up and picks it out of his teeth. And then Ross says, thanks, buddy. And then Gavin Leatherwood licks his finger, and my dick moved. I'm telling you, if them and Luke Cook had a threesome, I would pay routinely for that OnlyFans.
No, I would just die. Like my arms crossed over my chest. I'd fall back like Dracula, y'all. Okay, he's literally singing Kool-Aid dialogue of the Carmelites, and I'm living for it. And then when she comes out of that, when they're chopping the nuns' heads off, and she comes out of the crowd, and she becomes a sacrifice too.
That's a beautiful opera.
This is by Francis Poulenc. You guys.
I like that opera.
Boy, we lost about half of you.
If Alyssa is listening to this, she's like, I was in that bitch, but I don't think she's listening to this show. That's
a beautiful little motive.
We always laugh because the main guy that was like one of the leads, he was from Korea, and so he didn't speak English very well, and we always said he sounded like Elmer Fudd, because there was this one line that goes, my brother is too kind for his poor little bunny rabbit. And he would always say, my brother is too kind for his poor little bunny wabbit. And he sounded like Elmer Fudd saying wabbit. So we used to laugh at that in college. Anyway,
Korean guy.
It's not racist. It's just a funny Elmer Fudd joke, maybe. Anyway, so what I was going to talk about next is this whole my chill bump is this whole idea. Oh wait, that was my still lives. It's going into a chill bump. They're wrestling and that's super hot. But my chill bump is: do you think this will end up going into like Nick and Satan are going to be like connected now in some way? Like almost we're going to see like Madam Satan or Lilith and Madam Wardwell are connected. Like, what if, like, I think they're going to have sex. I'm predicting that already. Satan is going to fuck Gavin Leavenworth this season. That's what I want to happen.
I don't think that will happen.
Because he is bisexual. We know he's been with men.
Who, Gavin?
Remember when he was in that, like, group thing with Chance Perdomo and you about lost your mind?
But I don't think they're actually going to fuck. I don't think that they're going to give us that. I hate to tell you.
Why can't they just have like one episode? It could be kind of like that. What was that movie with Mickey York and what's her name from the Cosby Show where they just fucked all the time?
9.5 weeks.
No, Angels something with Zoe Kravitz's mom.
Lisa Bonet?
It was Lisa Bonet and Mickey Rourke. They just fucked.
Y'all,
it's with Mickey Rourke before he had work done and when he was hot.
I thought it was 9.5 weeks.
No, I was just listening to it because I was actually listening to Hollywood Crime Scene and they were talking about something. It reminded me of that movie.
Anywho.
Anyway. Hollywood Crime Scene's a good crime podcast.
I'm going to say that Lilith's dress and her crown is drag-tastic. She got this from like a drag boutique.
Oh, and then when she changed for dinner, did you notice her dress had like broken Christmas lights on it?
Everything she's wearing in hell would be worn by like Alyssa Edwards.
Yes. Back roll.
Back roll.
Love Alyssa Edwards. That's true though. So you know what? I forgot. We do talk about it on the Sabrina. We talk about the fashion and. She was a fashion highlight, I think, of this episode for me.
Yes, I agree.
What else? Oh, something this show does. Why I do still like it, and I didn't think it was a bad episode. In that this episode got very dark in a lot of ways, but then when they're back in the diner and it's like they're talking in the diner, like Sabrina, you're the queen of hell.
This is I mind you, Nancy, but that's fine.
Oh, well then go ahead and you speak to it.
I just love it that this show has not let that go. Like Riverdale has let that go a little bit. They do it sometimes, but this show, whatever happens, they remind us that this is a show based off of comics, based off of teenagers. Where they are, because Riverdale, y'all, they've barely been back to high school.
They don't go to high school.
And they remind us they're still having shakes, fries, and hamburgers. And like Archie, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Yes.
They're still teenagers. They're still living in this kind of idealistic world where kids can be kids. And I really loved that. And I said it's a comic book, and they said there's something comforting about it.
It's balanced. It balances out with this darkness. It balances out with this lightness.
Yeah. And it seems absurd, but I think we need it.
I think so too.
We need it. And Anyway, that was my I Bind You, Nancy, because I just love that.
That was a good I Bind You, Nancy.
Thank you.
I like that one a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you, friend.
Thank you, friend.
Do people call friend? Oh, your dad says friend.
My dad says friend.
I have a cousin that
says,
says,
thank you, friend.
thank you, friend. That's what he says all the time.
For some reason, every time I say thank you, I'm like, thank you, thank you.
Thank
I don't know where that
you.
comes from. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that's all I had. Did you have anything else?
No.
No.
Although I don't know who the old ones
I
are.
was gonna say the old ones are
but
coming.
Y'all, if the old ones look the slightest bit over 40, I'm gonna be pissed the fuck off.
If
you call someone old, I don't feel old.
they better
anymore.
be young but old on the
Exactly.
inside. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm a little triggered by the term the old ones.
They
They didn't have like hair down to their knees like the Crypt Keeper.
I have just a one little shout out. We kind of talked about them doing this, but I have to say, as a recovering Catholic for many years, when they started singing Hail Mary, Hail Mary,
Rosary,
but with
the
Lilith,
anti-rosary.
I actually loved that. But even that part was like, oh my God, because that's something I said so much.
for it.
But I love that they went for it in that, and because that again reminds us we have this lightness, but it reminds us like how this show, it really is making a comment about patriarchy and religion in our society.
I agree. I don't think there's a show on television or streaming that's doing the same thing.
It's so brazen because I'm shocked, maybe because they're a Netflix show and people think it's a quote-unquote kids show. I'm shocked that it hasn't gotten the pushback.
They
I
haven't.
think a lot of mainstream shows would get.
Maybe they have. Maybe we're not. I don't think we read a lot of evangelical journals.
No.
I'm not a member of a lot of evangelical Facebook groups.
You fucked a lot of evangelicals and made them do reparative therapy.
A lot of closeted guys. We sent them right to Camp Fresh Start.
Is that what it's called?
I don't know. I'm sure it is.
Y'all.
Camp Nut in your butt? No.
Go Camp Nut in your butt. Y'all, if y'all went to...
No in the butt.
If you were gay and you went to a religious camp that tried to make
we would love to talk to you.
You shout out to us, and we're gonna accept you for who you are. Let you know.
You just need to dress right, though.
You do need to dress, yeah.
No.
Anyway.
Can't wear those fucking, like, pleated khakis in front of us, though.
No, you can't do that. Flat fronts,
we're going to burn those.
We're going to burn those.
Mm-hmm. And they can't be hippie either.
They can't.
Yeah. We have standards.
We do have standards. Let's read a review because
all right.
Poodle loves y'all more.
I love a review. I
I
love a review.
This review.
I love a review.
This is from, y'all, this review is from Arrakis.
Okay.
Arrakis08. And Arrakis08 gave us 4 stars.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Little room for improvement.
It says, love
What's their address?
Says, love the content. We prefer 5. What's the wine? Love the content. I love the actual podcast, and I'm laughing out loud listening to it. I'm on episode 3 of season 1, but the amount of excess noise is really annoying. I can't stand the smacking from the cough. God damn it, Jake. You just put a cough drop in your mouth.
You know, I'm so sorry. I didn't. Now it's out. You know what? I'm getting over the coronavirus.
You were not.
So
they said I can't stand the amount from the cough drop or the mic being touched or moved or whatever.
I blame
happening.
you for that.
You know what? We got new mics.
So
Arrakis, that doesn't do that anymore.
You Look, come back and listen.
I'm moving the mic right now, and you can't even tell, girl.
You know what, Arrakis? I'd give you a blowjob, and you'd enjoy my lip smacking. Okay.
It's true. And you know what?
All right.
You'd give him 5 stars for that.
They call me the queen because I get 5 stars.
5 stars. Y'all, that's it. That's the end of the show. We don't have a sign-off for this, do we? How do we do it?
You said don't get cursed, and it's one of the worst things I've ever heard.
I said that once, but we said something else. I don't remember what we said.
You really need to
But we can, y'all. So if you haven't been included, and we do have other shows, you can find all those at SISSYThatTalk.com. We've got Sweet Tea. We've got Dear Maddie. What we've got?
We've got 90-Day Gays.
We do, and that's going on full force. So, and if you're new, if you haven't listened to 90 Day Gays, and you're like, where do I start? You can start this season of 90 Day Fiancé,
That's
or
like asking, where do I look in the dumpster?
It's true. Or at the
just start wherever you feel like.
At the end of this month, we're going to be doing the 90 Day before the 90 Day season will start. So you can maybe start there.
February 23rd.
And if you don't know about these things, we have a Patreon, and in our Patreon,
you know about these things.
In our Patreon, we talk about We do past seasons of 90 Day Fiancé shows.
And we do an episode called Bi-Curious where we just watch a show and we talk about
once a month. And y'all, we are getting more and more patrons. And so if you're at the $5, the lower tier, you get an extra podcast a week. If you're at the $15 tier, you get the extra podcast a week. We also do a watch
along, y'all. Watch along
video,
which is us watching the
shuts
show.
down my computer every week trying to load. This is why it's more, y'all, because I've spent so much fucking work on it. So we have that video, and we're also going to be doing, y'all, then for the upper tier, they get the Bi-Curious episodes.
Yes.
However, Poodle and I have said it's a secret in our minds, but it's an actual number, we promise. Once we hit a certain number of patrons for that level, we're going to start doing 2 Bi-Curious episodes a month. We decided to start doing that. So that's going to be going on too. And last but not least, y'all can find us on Cameo. If y'all need us to shout out, you need a Valentine's Day.
I did so many cameos whilst in China.
Really?
I had so many Chinese confused people on camera.
They're like, why is he talking to us?
Do not photograph me.
So whatever you can find us on Cameo. All of these links to everything are in the show notes. So check that. And last but not least, leave a review.
I love a review like nothing else. More than heroin.
5 stars.
Not that I've done heroin.
If you don't know what to put, just put keep going Queens. And y'all, we are super happy to be with you back. We'll have more Bitchcraft coming to you
And I
soon.
am not a religious zealot.
And on that note, we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye. Bye.
'Cause this show is really gay.
Get your cauldron out, Poodle.
Big tall witch hat going down down the road. On the bed of Sabrina on the chillin' adventures.
Bobbing and beep, cobs, bells cast.